Hey, what's going on, guys? This is another utility, another little Excel file that I'd like to share. I'll get back to regular uploads. I'll be filming some footage today as I lead up to the Arnold. But this Excel file came out of a frustration of not knowing when to warm up or how long to take in between warm-ups, and just generally being a little bit clueless about times for warm-up in powerlifting competition and seeing others in a similar situation. So I've refined this over time. I shared this on Facebook, but I forgot to share it on YouTube. And now I'd just like to share it with everyone. So first off, what's the best way to use this file? I think putting this on a mobile device, either a phone, a smartphone, or an iPad or something like that, that you can actually bring with you to the competition and use there would be best. Excel is now available on iOS, which I think is great. And this works just perfectly in Excel. So we've got two sheets here. I've just split them apart so I can view them both on the same screen, but they'll all be in this same file here. We've got warm-ups and how to use. So on the left, how to use. Very simply, using the Excel file is as simple as 1, 2, 3. So number 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 1, starting data. We just have to fill in some of the starting data depending on the specifics of your meet in question. And you can read through this stuff here. Enter what lift is coming up. If the event hasn't started, then squat is coming up. So we're going to run through this and just make up a pretend meet and go through some things. The idea here is that having a better grasp of when you're going to warm up will reduce stress and thereby increase performance in competition. If this ends up actually increasing stress for you, well, hey, then obviously don't use it. So it's best to get familiarized with this before you end up in competition. But I found this to be a great tool, and athletes that report using it report the same, that it helps them out. So what do we have? We have starting data. What lift is coming up? Well, let's pretend the meet hasn't coming up, and we're trying to create a list of warm-ups for the squat. When do you lift? Well, I'm going to pretend that I lift in flight B and I am number 7. Is there any added time before the event? Before the meet even starts, no, probably not. But sometimes they'll put in an extra 5 minutes before bench or before deadlift so that the spotters, loaders can eat or go to the bathroom, or refs can go to the bathroom, whatever. That time goes in here. How many lifters are in flight A, B, and C? This particular document accommodates up to 3 flights. So let's pretend we've got 10 lifters in flight A, we've got 15 in flight B, and we've got 12 in flight C. Finally, what's the start time? Well, maybe this one is 8 a.m. Make sure you put things in exactly as they're formatted here. So I'm going to write in 8 o'clock a.m. Okay. So if it's currently squat or bench, which it is, what time is it now? So we've got to put in some time now. Maybe it's 7 a.m. And who's lifting now? Well, the meet hasn't started yet, so we don't necessarily have to put that in. If it's currently squat or bench press, if it's currently squat or bench press, it's not. So we don't have to fill this section in. My apologies. Right. So essentially, if the meet hasn't started, we go from 1 straight to 3, and we just put in the number of warm-ups we want and the time in between our warm-ups. Maybe this lifter wants 8 warm-ups, so if the meet starts at 8 o'clock, I am lifting in flight B, number 7. I'm lifting at approximately 8:40 a.m. or so. So we just count backwards from there, and that's kind of how this Excel file works. It just figures out, okay, well, 8 minutes back from this one is the next attempt. So I found this to be pretty effective, pretty helpful as well. Just to go over one more case example, let's now pretend that the deadlift is coming up. And I'm still lifting the same order because that usually doesn't change. There's 5 minutes before the event. All this stuff is exactly the same. Blah, blah, blah. What time is it now? Well, it's, I don't know. 1 o'clock p.m. Who's lifting now? Well, there's a guy in flight A right now up on the platform, and he's on his first attempt. Okay, so that's pretty much exactly how it works. Now I lift at roughly 3:18 p.m. and it's got my warm-ups planned out from there. If I want to change the number of warm-ups, I just put in any number 1 through 11 here. Maybe for bench I need less warm-ups, so I only need 6 warm-ups. There we have it. If you guys have any questions, or if you found this useful, definitely let me know. And enjoy. Take care.